The Kalen Schlatter murder trial continued here again today at the University Avenue Courthouse, where a jury heard from an undercover police officer. That officer was placed in a holding cell next to Schlatter. He says Schlatter opened up to him, even called him a brother, as he described the night Tess Richey was killed. And just a warning that some of these details may be disturbing to some viewers. The undercover Toronto police officer testified behind a large screen to conceal his identity, describing his hours-long conversation with Schlatter, who bragged about his success with women, telling the officer he had slept with over 40 women at the age of 21. The officer said Schlatter told him he's constantly having foursomes at college campuses with random girls, that girls beg to sleep with him because they think he's really cute. The officer, who introduced himself to Schlatter as Mike, says Schlatter talked about meeting women at gay bars and that he would often hang around gay men because they always have girls around them. The conversation then turned to the reason Schlatter was behind bars. The officer saying he asked us if we knew a girl named Tess Richey. I told him I haven't heard of it at all. He said they're saying he killed her. The officer says Schlatter began to open up to him repeatedly, asking him not to say anything about what he was about to tell him. That's when he began to describe what happened the night he met Richey at a nightclub in the Church and Wellesley area in November 2018. He said the two began to dance and make out. After they left the bar, they walked around the gay village. He said he wanted privacy with her so they can hook up. The officer saying Schlatter told him he took her to an alley beside a large house under renovation where they began to make out in a stairwell. The officer went on to say that Schlatter ejaculated in his pants while grinding and kissing Richey, explaining how detectives found his DNA at the scene. He said he wanted to have sex with Richey, but she said she was on her period. That's when he left Richey in the stairwell because he said she wanted to stay there, but he wanted to leave. Now, Tess Richey's body was found at the bottom of the outdoor stairwell near Church and Dundonald. Kalen Schlatter has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. The trial continues here again tomorrow morning.